Listen, brother. Most men go through life missing the real signs that matter. They chase after what's loud, what's obvious, the compliments, the playful messages, the moments that look like attraction from the outside. But attraction doesn't always make noise. In fact, the strongest kind barely whispers. It shows itself in those small, fleeting moments that happen so quickly you'd miss them if you weren't paying attention. And one of those moments, maybe the most important one, is how she greets you. That first few seconds, the way her body reacts when she sees you, that's where the truth hides. Before words, before conversation, before she even has time to think, her body already tells the story. You can spend hours talking to a woman and still not know how she feels, but those first 2 or 3 seconds? They'll reveal it all if you know how to read them. See, attraction isn't something she plans. It's not something she decides. It's instinct. It's the rush she feels in her chest when you walk into the room, the spark that hits her before logic catches up. And because it happens so fast, it slips through the cracks of control. Her smile, her tone, her movements, they all betray what's really happening inside. The key, brother, is awareness. You have to slow down and start seeing what most men ignore. Don't get lost in what she says, focus on what she shows. The pause before she smiles. The way her eyes find you before her words do. The subtle shift in her energy when you appear. Once you start noticing those tiny details, you'll realize attraction has been speaking to you all along, you just never learned the language. Every person smiles when they say hello, it's automatic, a natural reflex built into our social wiring. But when attraction is involved, that rhythm breaks for a brief, powerful second. There's a pause, a flicker in time where her body and mind disconnect for just a heartbeat. She sees you, and before her usual polite reaction kicks in, there's this moment of surprise, like her system just froze under a sudden rush of feeling. That pause, that split-second hesitation, isn't doubt, it's desire slipping through the cracks. Her brain wasn't prepared for the wave that hit when her eyes met yours, and in that tiny window, you get a glimpse of something real. Then, after that pause, her smile blooms, but it's different. It's slower, warmer, more alive. It's not the automatic, surface-level grin she gives to everyone else. It carries energy, softness, and depth. You can feel the difference instantly. The edges of her lips rise a little higher, her eyes light up with something genuine, and her whole expression changes like the room just shifted. That's not coincidence, that's chemistry revealing itself in real time. Most men rush past that moment. They're too busy thinking of what to say, too caught up in their own nerves to notice the detail that matters most. But if you're calm, if you're paying attention, you'll catch it, the way her smile takes a fraction longer to appear, how her expression almost melts from surprise into warmth. That pause is her emotion catching up to reality. It's her body saying, I wasn't ready for this, but I like it. When you learn to see that pause for what it is, you'll realize it's not hesitation at all, it's attraction, raw and unguarded, showing itself before she even knows it's there. You can tell a lot about what someone feels by the way they look at you, brother. Most glances in life are quick, simple, polite gestures that come and go before they even register. They mean nothing more than acknowledgement, a reflex of manners. But when attraction enters the picture, that glance changes. It lingers. It slows down just enough for you to feel it. There's weight in it, a quiet pull that connects for a second longer than normal. She's not staring, she's not trying to make it obvious, but her eyes don't rush to look away. They rest, they hold, and in that tiny extra beat, everything is said without a single word being spoken. It's subtle, but it hits differently. You'll notice it when you walk into a room and her eyes find you first. Out of everyone around, she looks at you, and for a moment, time seems to stretch. Maybe it's just a second or two, but you feel it deep in your gut. That's the difference between attention and attraction. Her gaze isn't casual, it's curious. She's drawn in but trying not to show it. You can almost see the internal battle play out in that hesitation before she looks away. And when she does look away, notice how she does it. Does she smile? Does she look down instead of turning her head? Does she glance back again when she thinks you won't notice? Those are signs her mind is fighting her instincts. Her eyes are giving away what her words won't say yet. A polite glance passes through you, an interested one lingers and pulls you in. That extra second of eye contact is her silent confession, her unspoken way of saying, I see you, and something about you has my attention. Most men overlook what the body reveals in silence. They focus on the words, the smile, the conversation, but they miss the small, unconscious movements that speak louder than any phrase ever could. When a woman feels a spark of attraction, her body reacts before her mind has time to process it. Right before she greets you, watch closely. Her hands might move to her hair, tucking it behind her ear even though it was perfectly fine. She might smooth her clothes, adjust her jewelry, or straighten her posture as if to silently say, I want to look good right now. Those movements aren't random, they're ancient signals of self-presentation, hardwired into human nature. It happens in that brief space between recognition and conversation. Her brain recognizes you, feels a rush of excitement, and instantly triggers small, automatic adjustments. Maybe she bites her lip without realizing it, or runs her fingers over her necklace. She's not planning it. It's instinct, her body's natural way of managing attraction, of wanting to appear composed when she's actually feeling that surge of energy inside. The key, brother, is timing. If she fixes her hair or adjusts herself while you're already talking, that could be anything, comfort, habit, nerves. But if it happens right before or the moment she sees you, that's different. That's her body reacting to you, its attraction breaking through before words begin. And it's not just the movements, it's the energy shift that comes with them. Her breathing might change slightly, her posture opens up, her face becomes more alert. She's unconsciously preparing for your attention. Most men never notice it, but once you learn to, you'll see that these subtle fidgets aren't random at all, they're her silent way of saying, you matter more than I expected. Words can hide what someone truly feels, but tone never lies. You can say the exact same sentence in 10 different ways and each one will carry a completely different meaning. When a woman greets you, listen closely not just to the words, but to the rhythm, the melody, the warmth behind them. If she's neutral, her voice will sound flat, almost automatic, like she's just being polite. It's a standard tone used for everyday interactions. But when there's real interest, her voice changes. It softens, it lightens, and it carries an undercurrent of emotion she can't quite hide. Sometimes it even rises slightly in pitch, a natural reaction that happens when excitement or happiness takes over. You'll feel that difference immediately. A plain, "Hey, how are you?" lands like small talk. But when she's into you, it sounds different, more playful, more alive, with a trace of emotion that draws you in. Maybe she stretches your name when she says it, or adds that extra warmth at the end that lingers in your mind. That's not something she's doing on purpose. It's her subconscious revealing itself through tone. Her voice becomes a reflection of her energy. You can hear comfort, interest, even anticipation wrapped inside the way she speaks. If she greets others one way but greets you with more melody, more emotion, that's not coincidence. It's chemistry expressing itself through sound. And here's what separates the observant man from the rest: you don't just listen to what she says, you listen to how she says it. The warmth, the tempo, the shift in her energy the moment she opens her mouth. Those small changes reveal everything. Her tone, more than her words, tells you exactly where her attention and her attraction truly lies. Distance speaks louder than people realize. The way someone manages space tells you everything about how they feel, even when they don't say a word. Most of the time, when there's no attraction involved, people naturally keep a safe, polite distance. It's a subconscious boundary that says, this is comfortable, but nothing more. But when a woman feels drawn to you, that boundary begins to blur. She doesn't plan it, she doesn't force it, it just happens. Her body starts to close the gap between you without her even realizing it. Maybe she leans in when you talk, or steps closer while laughing. Maybe her hug lasts just a heartbeat longer than it should. These little shifts might seem insignificant, but they're everything. It's not just about proximity, it's about comfort. Attraction makes her feel safe and curious at the same time, and that balance pulls her closer. She'll stand nearer than she needs to, angle her body toward you, or tilt her head slightly when you speak. Her feet might even point in your direction, another subtle cue of where her attention lies. Those are her instincts doing the talking, her body saying, I want to be near this energy. What's important is that you don't force or chase this closeness. You simply notice it. When a woman feels comfortable and attracted, her body naturally gravitates toward yours. It's one of the clearest, most honest signals you'll ever get because it's almost impossible to fake. So the next time you're around her, pay attention to that unspoken dance of distance. The space between you tells a story all its own. And when that story ends with her standing just a little closer than necessary, that's attraction, brother, real and unguarded. There's something powerful about the moments that stretch longer than they need to. A normal greeting is quick, a smile, a few words, and both people move on. It's friendly, polite, and forgettable. But when attraction is in the air, time doesn't move the same way. When she's into you, she doesn't rush the moment. She lingers. Maybe she adds a small question that doesn't really matter, or laughs at something you said just to keep the exchange alive. Maybe she stands there, half-turned to leave, but never quite walks away. That hesitation, that subtle forgetting to go, is one of the clearest signs she's enjoying your presence more than she wants to admit. What's happening in those moments is simple. Her mind is looking for reasons to stay connected. Her words might sound casual, but her body language betrays a quiet reluctance to leave. Her shoulders stay angled toward you, her eyes flicker back even as she pretends to end the conversation, her hand gestures stay engaged. It's all subconscious, her body trying to hold on to the energy between you just a little longer. This isn't politeness, brother. Politeness ends quickly. Interest hangs around. Attraction makes time stretch. And you'll feel it, the slight awkwardness in the pause, the sense that she wants something more to happen but doesn't know what to say next. That's not uncertainty, that's desire hiding behind restraint. When you notice it, don't point it out or rush it. Just stay calm. Let her linger. Let her enjoy that space. Because that's where connection grows, in those seconds when she doesn't want the moment to end. If she forgets to leave, it means something inside her wants to stay, even if she hasn't said it yet. There's a kind of truth that only shows itself when someone thinks no one is watching. You can tell a lot about what a person feels in the quiet moments after an interaction ends. When a woman greets you and you part ways, pay attention to what happens in the seconds that follow. Most people drop their expression immediately, they go back to neutral, to routine. But if she's still smiling after you've walked away, that's not coincidence. That's emotion lingering. That's attraction revealing itself when the act is over and there's no reason to pretend anymore. It's a subtle thing, but it's one of the most powerful signals you'll ever catch. That soft, private smile that stays on her face after you're gone, it's not for show. It's for her. It's the reflection of how she felt in your presence, the proof that something about that exchange stirred her up inside. Maybe she glances down with that faint grin like she's replaying something you said, or maybe she exhales and smiles wider as if the energy of the moment still hangs around her. Either way, it's real. You see, brother, attraction doesn't always happen in the moment, it echoes. It leaves traces behind. And when someone's emotions continue after the interaction, it means you've made an impression that's stuck. Most men never notice because they turn away too fast, already caught in their next thought. But if you slow down, look back once in a while, you might catch that unguarded expression. That small, unintentional smile tells you everything. It's not performance, it's feeling. When she smiles after you're gone, it means the moment didn't end when you left. Part of it stayed with her, and part of her wished it hadn't ended at all. One of the simplest but most revealing ways to understand attraction is through comparison. It's not always about what she does, but how differently she does it with you. When you watch how a woman greets other people versus how she greets you, the contrast tells you everything you need to know. Most men don't pay attention to these details, they assume every interaction looks the same. But energy doesn't lie. If her tone, body language, or smile shifts when you're the one standing in front of her, that's not random, it's personal. Maybe she greets her friends with a quick hug, but with you, that hug lingers just a second longer. Maybe her voice, usually calm and neutral, suddenly warms up or rises slightly when she says your name. Or maybe her smile shines brighter, her eyes light up faster, her whole presence feels more alive. These differences are subtle, but they're powerful. Women don't waste emotional energy on people they feel nothing for. So when her greeting feels more charged, more intentional, it's her way of signaling that you stand out. You can also notice how she positions herself around you compared to others. Does she turn her body fully toward you while she only half faces others? Does she seem more focused, more present, less distracted when it's you she's speaking to? Those details matter. They reveal emotional contrast, proof that you affect her in ways she can't fake. The secret, brother, is observation without attachment. Don't overanalyze or question it. Just see the difference, acknowledge it silently, and stay grounded. Because once you recognize that her behavior with you carries a special kind of energy, you'll understand, attraction doesn't always declare itself, it reveals itself in comparison, quietly but unmistakably.